This will be episode 100 for you guys today. Small milestone for the podcast. We're going live with my guys. Join me in a few moments for episode 100 today. Got Jake in the chat.
What's up,
Jake?
What's up? How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I was about to ask you after yesterday, yo.
I was dead this morning, I ain't gonna lie.
I ain't want to get up, but it is what it is.
That was a good time. That was a good time.
I guess once Malik and Rob join in, then we'll go ahead and get started.
All right. You said Malik coming in here?
Huh?
Malik?
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, and Embiid's out, game 1.
Yeah, I was gonna talk about that when we start. Yeah, but he's out tonight, and I think they said he might be out game 2 also.
Damn, that's not good.
Without him, they don't got a shot. Got our guy Malik in here. What's up, Malik?
Yo, hey guys, what's up?
What's up?
Nice to have you back on, Malik. It's been a while, man. It's been a while.
Thanks. Nice to be back. It's been too long.
Of course.
Shit.
All right, Rob about to join in a few minutes, a few moments. Then we'll go ahead and get started. What up, Rob?
It's good.
What's up, Rob?
What's up, buddy?
Me and Jake asked each other how we felt. We went to that game yesterday. How were you feeling this morning when you woke up?
I was feeling quite good, man. Quite good. Definitely was dozing off at work all day, but
It was a fun time. It was worth it.
it was.
Yeah.
I got to yell at Dak fans. I got Des fans. So it's always a good time.
It's always a fun time.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, how was the Defenders game the other day?
It was a fun atmosphere, dude. It was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It surprised me. It was really fun.
Yeah, you know, as a Cowboys fan, I had to let that trash talk slide yesterday because they was wilding yesterday.
It was threatening me, man.
Curb stop.
But don't be talking about the Cowboys like that again, man. That was a one day thing.
You don't wear a Dak Prescott jersey in DC for 1, and then to an XFL game for 2.
Hey, that's what we talked about yesterday, man. Cowboys fans built different. I'm the realest Cowboys fan out there.
Pretty much.
Wearing a Cowboys jersey to represent Ben DiNucci, who started one game.
That man was really repping him.
All right, we go ahead and get started now. All right. Hey, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. This is your host, Thomas Tyree from Onthehop Podcast. Today, I'm joined by my 2 co-hosts, Rob Cerasuolo and Malik Bamba, and we're joined by our guest today, Jake Dellanoce. This is episode 100, so this is a small milestone today on the podcast for hopefully for things to come. So I just wanted to say thank you guys all for being involved in the podcast so far. Malik, we added you on last year. You and Fred have been great joining us, talk about basketball and whatnot. Jake has been a great host when he can hop on with us as well. Me and him right now are currently the co-host champions for the fantasy. We're going to have to split that up next year. But, yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to the 3 of you guys for being a part of the podcast so far.
Gotcha.
Appreciate you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I shouldn't have said that. Now he flexing. Now he flexing the original trophy.
Said that, you know, I'm the only one with no trophy. You know what I'm saying?
What trophy is that?
That's the fantasy joint.
That's because I won the league last year.
Oh, wow.
Came out of nowhere and won the league.
Oh, I just forgot. We was all together yesterday. I should have given Jake one of his trophies yesterday. I forgot. It didn't even cross my mind until I just said that. But it is what it is.
Nice.
All right. So we'll get on to the first segment. What do you guys think is the hardest sport to win a championship at the professional level?
I'll say I think it's a tie between football and
Yeah.
baseball because
I agree.
football, like anyone could win a ring. Like, I mean, you're looking at a fan of a team who won the Super Bowl at 9-7. So anyone could win, and you lose, you're out. Like, it's not like a series. So you lose one game, you're done. Like, you go home. Like, that's why football is harder and baseball is harder because it's a really long season. Like, it's longer than any other season in sports. So, like, you're freaking tired by the time October rolls around, man. Like, you're tired. Like, I mean, it takes being different to succeed in baseball, like in October, because you just gotta have that I don't know, man. You just gotta have that mentality to just keep going. And like, it's just tough because you're just playing so many games. There's so many times where you can get hurt, and by the time it's all said and done, like, you're freaking gassed. Like, you just got to have that extra gear in baseball, I feel like. So, I mean, it's really tough to win in baseball, too, because, I mean, I think baseball is the hardest sport to play, too, because, like, it's the old, excuse me, it's the only sport where you succeed 3 out of 10 times at the plate, and you're freaking amazing. So, like, I mean, that just speaks for itself. So that's my take on it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with what Rob said, football and baseball. Just because football, like, you had all those teams back with Peyton Manning, Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne. I mean, those offenses were stacked, and they got what, one ring in how many years? It's hard. I mean, 2007 Patriots, like Rob, they lost to the 9-7 Giants in the Super Bowl.
We're not 9-7 that year, I don't think. But
Wild card team at least.
yeah, no, we were a
So,
wild card. I think we won like 10 or 11 games that
I
year.
mean, it's really, really hard to win. I mean, I'm gonna mention it, but Ravens fans are gonna hate me. I mean, they went 14-2 in 2019 with an MVP, and they got bounced the first round. I mean, anything can happen in the sport of football. It's the one and done tournament. It's not best of 7, best of 3. It's one and done. You have an off day, you're going home early, and and like I said, like all those teams that were good for years and years and years, they couldn't win a ring. There's a lot of quarterbacks out there that haven't won a ring. Phillip Rivers hasn't won a ring, but look how good he's been. So he's been all right, but I mean, you get my drift. And then baseball, it's hard because it's like 162. Like Rob said, it's harder to.
Besides Phillip Rivers.
Huh?
That caught me off guard. Phillip Rivers, like, he's all right, I guess.
Sorry.
But Phillip Rivers has played like, I mean, what did he play? 17, 18 years?
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
Yeah.
I was going to say, like, I mean, Dan Marino,
Yeah.
like, he's one
Yeah.
hasn't won a ring. So
I was going recent. I was thinking recent. I wasn't thinking all the way back.
I'm just
No, I got you. But like I said, like baseball, like Rob said, like it's 162. You have to be prepared from April to all the way to October. And I just think if you have to be hot at the right time to win. I mean, look at Philadelphia last year. I mean, nobody really thought they would get to the World Series, but they did. Um, it's just it's hard to win. I mean, unless you're the Astros and cheat, but that's different. It's harder to win.
Yo, kick this man out.
It's harder. It's real hard, and it's the hardest sport to play, baseball. So those two, like Rob said, is football and baseball. I think basketball is easier. I mean, look how many times LeBron's got to the finals. I mean, he's the greatest player ever, but and then the Warriors and all that. So I just think it's baseball and football.
Yeah. What you think, Malik?
Well, obviously, every sport's hard to win a championship, but I want to say football, baseball, and hockey. Football, obviously, because you can go like near undefeated or lose one game during the season. Then when you get in the playoffs, like you have an off day, you're done, you're gone. So
Yeah.
it's plus the physicality, and I mean they get days off. They get like a week or two off, but you got to really like be on your A game when that game starts.
Yeah.
And obviously the quarterbacks you mentioned, like you can play for a very long time and never win a ring. You can be in a great situation like Tom Brady and have a great team around you and win like just not get lucky, but have just have the upper hand most of the time.
Yo.
But
Yo.
baseball, you obviously y'all said like you play the most amount of games and the least amount of teams like get into the playoffs. So
Yeah.
I don't watch baseball too much, but I keep up with it a little bit. So like I know how hard it can I know how exhausting it can be throughout the season. But basketball, out of 7 games, like it's a pretty long season too. And once you get to the playoffs, I know they're exhausted and like it gets much more physical and it's out of 7 games too. Like LeBron making the finals, I think what 8 straight years. That's just like it's one of a kind. Like you really have to tip your hat off to him. That's like that's really amazing. You saw the Bucks, like they got knocked out of the first round this year. The Heat,
Third.
like you can be nice all year, and you can be bounced out with a pretty good team. Jimmy Butler, by the way, oh my God, he's going crazy.
Yeah.
About the Heat, man.
Thoughts about him because Rob know what's up, but but I think everybody has some good points. Like you said, Malik, like basketball. There's a lot of regular season players that are like up there for all time greats. Like James Harden, that's one of the best regular season players in history, but has the history of not showing up in the playoffs because of how long the NBA season really is. Chris Paul's in that conversation too. Can't like get going when it matters most because of how long the season is. Football I like too. I think that is the second hardest. But I'm going to go with baseball because like you guys said, it's over 160 games in a regular season. That's a lot of games. Plus, if a game gets canceled, they got to go out there and play twice, which I salute them for that doubleheader. But yeah, baseball, I think it's hard because you can't really have a super team. You can't really build a super team the way you can like in the NFL or the NBA when it comes to like building championship teams. You got to go through the draft or the minor leagues, AA, AAA, got to build your roster up with those young guys doing that as well. So I think it's hard. Like baseball, you got to have like clutch hitting, clutch pitchers, a good pitching rotation, got to have solid people that can go out there and play defense. Whether it be shortstop on the bases in the outfield. So I think baseball is real hard. And like Rob said, by the time October comes, you're out there in the cold and the heat like all year long. It's really tough. So I think baseball is there. But I would say like an honorable mention, though, is definitely March Madness.
I was going to point that out if you didn't point it out, Tom.
Yeah, that's extremely hard because like Malik said, the best team to lose – we didn't already saw 2 times in history now a 16 seed knock out a first seed, which is really insane in March Madness. So, well, at least men's. But yeah, I think March Madness is extremely hard to win a championship. Also.
Every March is something crazy happens. Like there's always an upset every year.
Yeah,
look at the Final Four this year.
Mm-hmm.
That might be like the most exciting like sports event there is. Like that's literally where the unexpected shit happens.
Neil, man. I'm sorry.
But yeah, like you said, Rob, like it. Yeah, I agree with that. Definitely. You know I would say that is the most exciting tournament in sports because anything can happen. But yeah, I like everybody's takes there though. I thought that was really good. But we're going to move on to the next segment. We're going to be giving our letter grades for how our NFL teams drafted during the NFL draft. So what are your guys' letter grades? Well, first, Malik, just to make sure, you're an Eagles fan, right?
You said what?
Eagles fan, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought so. Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. We'll go with our letter grades. You guys go first because you already know what I'm going to say.
Malik, I already know what you're gonna say, so I might as well go first.
No, we got a lot of Georgia boys. We drafted a lot of some good defensive players for sure.
Philadelphia Bulldogs.
Yeah, exactly. I was pretty happy with our draft. I give it an A minus.
I'll give the Lions a B plus. I think we've reached on the running back in the first round.
Yeah.
Jahmyr Gibbs. I like him though. I mean, I think he's probably second or third round type guy, but I mean, top 2 running back, I can't really complain about that. We did get the best safety, the guy from Alabama. So I like that. That's more depth in the secondary. I like that we're focused on defense this year because our secondary was absolutely atrocious the past couple of seasons. I mean, the additions of Emmanuel Mosley, Cam Sutton, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, and hopefully that guy Branch can really make an impact in the secondary. And Hendon Hooker for sure.
That was a steal.
I really liked him at Tennessee. I thought he was probably a top 3 quarterback, even with the ACL tear. I know it's risky, but I really like him. I hope he can develop into something because, I mean, I like Jared Goff. Don't get me wrong. I mean, he really balled out the last half of the season, but I think that Hendon Hooker gives him. I think Hendon Hooker will make his life a little bit more difficult, make him be more on his P's and Q's throughout the season. So I like that addition, and hopefully maybe because it is the last year of Goff's contract, so maybe he can step in next year. So hopefully he can make an impact.
Yeah, I was really surprised you guys went ahead and got Hooker in the second round. I thought that was somebody maybe like Minnesota would take a chance on. Maybe even Green Bay, because I don't know if they're 100% really sold on Jordan Love. But when I saw you guys got him, I said it's only a matter of time who fit fine with your guys' young roster if the opportunity presented itself. So I think that was one of the best picks. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, Jake. Y'all had one of the best drafts. I'll say that.
Yeah, I think we did too. I did think we reached on the running back, but I mean,
Yeah.
I think overall the rest of the picks, I think it made it worthwhile. I think that Brad Holmes, he knows what he's doing out there. I think he's proven himself as a pretty damn good GM in my opinion. So
Yeah.
I like the rest of the draft. I think there's some of these guys can go in day one and just play. And that's the type of people that we need. We need young players that can come in, play day one, and really not miss a beat. So I like the draft.
Yeah, Jake, I wanted to ask you how you felt about losing DeAndre Swift.
Don't ask. He didn't give him to y'all for what?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I like DeAndre Swift. I did, but he has been constantly injured. He doesn't fight for the extra yards. I don't think Dan Campbell likes him because he doesn't fight for the extra yards. He doesn't. But he has been injured. He has had a fumbling problem in the past. So we did get David Montgomery and now this new rookie Gibbs. So I think it's I think Gibbs is pretty much the same style as DeAndre Swift.
Mm-hmm.
So I think both of those guys can come in, maybe play day one, and you can kind of make an impact. I know David Montgomery's been injured, but I think he's a solid player for now. Maybe Gibbs can step in halfway through.
He's a good compliment back to Gibbs too. Like I feel like Gibbs would be more of a passing down back stuff like Swift was, and Montgomery will be like your goal line, like Williams.
Like Jamal Williams was.
Exactly the same. It's just But I do like Gibbs. I think he's a little bit like Kamara in my opinion. Way he plays. I don't I wouldn't say he's as explosive, but I do like him. But anyway, I loved our draft, man. Our draft was A1. We got everything we needed. Like, we addressed the most important positions. So I'm gonna give the draft an A+ for sure. Like, I do honestly. I don't know if I would rather have Porter over Banks, but I've always wanted to have Deonte Banks from the start. Like, that's who I wanted the Giants to draft. I didn't want them to draft a receiver in round 1 because I thought it could be a draft later, and they did. You know, they got Michael Schmitz in the 2nd round, who could have went in the 1st round. He was the best center in the draft. He is a powerful blocker. He can cause problems in the middle and open that shit up for Saquon. So I really love that pick. Jalen Hyatt in the 3rd round was, I don't know how they pulled that off, but that was an absolute steal in my opinion. I think he is a really explosive receiver. You can see on tape he's one of the fastest guys on the field almost at all times. You know, he's going to make life easier for Danny for sure. You know, we picked up a running back, I think, in the 4th or 5th round, actually. We traded our 4th round pick to get Hyatt. But I really like him. He played for Oklahoma, Eric Gray. He's not really, like, fast, but he's a good complement to Barkley in terms of, like, being a power down back type stuff. Something that we've lacked, I think, is a power back. And then we picked up another corner and a D lineman, and then a safety at the bottom of the draft. So just got some nice and back end pieces to fill up some depth in the secondary and D line. Because I feel like everyone in the East is going to be running the ball heavily. So that's definitely important to stack up that D line. They were working on it in free agency too, signed a few people. So. I'm really happy with where we're going. Like, we got the right people in the driver's seat right now. Like, this is the first time in, like, dude, honestly, since Tom Coughlin, since I've felt this, like, secure about leading the team type shit. Cause I just saw the writing on the wall with everyone else. Like, I mean, Ben McAdoo might have been one outlier. You know, he had that one good year. You know, he kind of folded the next because he's more of an offensive coordinator. But, when we got Joe Judge, when we got Jason Garrett, when we got Dave Gettleman, I knew what I was in for. Like, I already – so, I don't know how they didn't see it coming. But, I mean, if, me can see it coming, what do you
– No, Rob, I liked your guys' draft a lot, too.
Dude, yeah.
It just all starts and ends with Daniel Jones.
Dude,
I
think he'll be – and I really do. I mean, he showed up. I mean, I know, people will say, oh, he had 15 touchdowns, this and that. I mean, yeah, I get that. I mean, look who he's thrown to, bro. He had literally 3 receivers the entire year. Like, first half of the season, we were starting David Sills outside. Like, who is that? Like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and he didn't he fixed his turnover issues a lot. Like, he had a league low turnover.
That's Brian Dable. I mean, he's an offensive mastermind. I mean,
yeah, I've seen what this team can do before. Like, Eli wasn't exactly the best in the league when we won the fucking Super Bowl. So, I feel like that, with the right system, the right players around Danny, he can win. He can. And I really like how he can run. Like, he's got some burners on him. He had 700 yards rushing last year with 7 touchdowns. So I mean, I'm pretty confident. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say that Danny is elite or anything. I mean, I think he's above average. I mean, I think he's better than like Kirk Cousins and people like that, in my opinion. I mean, dude, he beat him in the playoffs.
He did.
And you saw what Kirk did at the end of the game. You saw him off pass when it was 4th and 8. He threw a flat route to TJ for 2 yards.
It was
a good quarterback is never going to do that. Like, he's going to know the situation he's in. He's going to know where he needs to go to get the first. He's either going to get that pass completion, pass the first down, obviously, or he's going to get picked off trying or get an incompletion trying. Like, it's not like a good quarterback is going to try and throw a damn dump off. It's for, like, I don't know. I think he's better than – well, I wouldn't say better. I think he's on the same tier as Kirk Cousins right now. And, like,
Kirk Cousins.
I mean – situation for so many years with going through a carousel of offensive coordinators and coaches, like, that fucks up a young quarterback's head. Yeah. Like, he's offense every year. Like, it's hard. It's really hard to do. So,
I guess it's my turn now. All right. Cowboys, I give them at least a C+, but I'm kind of disappointed in them because they really played it safe. Majority of picks were both the defensive line, which if you're going to keep up with the Eagles, you got to do more. If you're going to keep up with the 49ers, you got to do more. I guess I can feel a little bit better that Stephon Gilmore and Brandon Cooks were a part of our draft since we gave up 6th-round picks for them. But the last couple of days of the draft kind of disappointed me. Pick 26 has started. I swear we Michael, man. That was literally a layup pick after you lost Dalton Schultz in free agency. But they decided to get Mozzie Smith, the defensive tackle from Michigan, for whatever reason. I said on the mock draft that he's a project, somebody that could go in the 2nd round. But obviously we got him. And then what even made me more sick, I saw the video the following day. They showed the draft room. It's Derek Jones, Stephen Jones, Mike McCarthy, all in the room. Oh, we're going to go offensive line or defensive line? I feel like if we went offensive line, it was because they got Jake Carter. I thought that's what we were going to do when I texted you guys, that was go offensive line after that pick. But it wasn't even I thought the tight end should have been there. I thought that was a mistake. And then looking at the 2nd round, we drafted Luke Schoonmaker, the tight end from Michigan, who I have no idea what he brings to the table. He had under 600 receiving yards last year, and Darnell Washington was still on the board, the tight end for Georgia, and he slid all the way to the 3rd round. So if we were going to go tight end in the 2nd round, Darnell Washington definitely should have been our pick. Didn't make it. Looking at our picks, though, I like DeMarvin Overshown, the linebacker from Texas. I thought that we needed a sideline-to-sideline linebacker to play alongside Leighton Vander Esch and the other young linebackers in the linebacking room. So I thought that was a great draft pick. I like the dude Fihoko, edge rusher from San Jose State. Rob, you were telling me about him. I looked at his tape. I think he could be a good edge rusher. I like the Deuce Vaughan, running back from Kansas State pick. I thought that was a pretty cool moment with his dad being the scout, calling his son, saying that he's going to be a part of the team. I really do like him. Even though he's short, I do think he has potential to
he's got some
one day be the bell cow for us, because the future is certain for Tony Pollard. He's playing on that franchise tag. We don't know if we're going to have the money to keep him or not moving forward. But I just felt like if we just played it safe, I thought we could have did a lot more. I was actually expecting us to get a backup quarterback, because Dak has been in and out of the lineup for the last 2 years due to injury, missing a game, or like he did last year, 5-6 games. So I thought we were going to get someone like Max Duggan before the draft ended, but the Chargers ended up getting him. But I feel like we could have did more. That's why I gave us a C+.
You got Cooper, man.
You guys still have Cooper?
Yeah, we got Cooper, man, but I feel like that was a myth. I ain't even gonna lie. I mean, he's good for a backup, but I don't know.
That's Skip Sky right there, Cooper Rush.
He doesn't turn the ball over. I mean, like, he's not gonna like blow your fucking head away, but you know, he's gonna make the right passes. You know, I think I kind of liked him. Like, he wasn't bad, honestly. He's a good backup.
Yeah, nothing too flashy, like you said. Don't turn the ball over, but yeah, And then looking at what the Eagles did, man, it's just makes it harder to compete with them next year.
I don't think, honestly, bro, I think they're winning the division again.
We kept our core players, and so we're still really balanced as a team. Like, we didn't really lose too much.
Not good.
I want to see the Eagles go up against San Francisco again. I want to see both teams healthy.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like we were robbed of the NFC Championship game.
Bro, adding Javon Hargrave to that line was
That is crazy.
that shit was crazy.
I mean, San Francisco is legit. They just got to figure out the quarterback situation.
They're rocking with Sam Darnold week 1.
Yeah, that's what Bleacher Report told me. That
Comfortable doing that.
Which
but it's Kyle Shanahan. I mean, he turned Brock Purdy into
49ers? Wow.
Man, but Brock Purdy, we already know what Sam Darnold about.
I mean, Brock Purdy's play this year, Tom. You realize that.
I thought it was up in the air still. But
I mean, think about it, dude. It's Tommy John surgery.
Yeah.
Like,
out for a year, yeah.
have Tommy John surgery. They're out for over a year.
Mhm.
And even when he does start throwing again, it's not going to be the same for a while. Like, he's going to have to take time to build his arm back up. Like, it's tough to come back from that. But once you do, a lot, like when some pitchers get that shit, like, they come back better. Like, he could come back and just be like, he can just start dotting even more. But it's going to take time, like I said. And they're going to have, at least for 95% of the season, they're going to have to rock with Sam Darnold or Trey Lance.
And
So,
I think Kyle Shanahan's system is the only system that maybe him and Andy Reid have the only type systems where you can just plug and play a quarterback and they'll pretty much succeed.
yeah,
It's crazy.
that's always been crazy to me. Like, how, like, I remember when Chad Henne was starting for the Chiefs and he was going crazy. What was that about?
It's Andy Reid and Kyle Shanahan, man. They plug and play.
Yeah, he finished that one playoff game for him a few years ago against who they play, the Browns.
The Browns, yeah.
Yeah, finished that game and won it for him. Yeah.
Trey Lance is coming back from injury too, isn't he?
Yeah, he broke his leg.
That's
Is he gonna be ready for the season, or
They think so.
that man a chance at least to redeem himself, and you put Sam Darnold as a starter. That's disrespect. They gave up all that to get him too.
You're going to have to earn it back, probably, is what they're doing.
I don't like him. I mean, he could prove me wrong, but I don't like him.
I mean, I better than Sam Darnold.
Hey, but I got to see him in this system. He might have an MVP caliber season in Kyle Shanahan's system.
Get right, and, like, if they do design runs with Trey Lance, like, I feel like he'd be nice.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
not going to throw the ball 40 times a game, but, like, if you throw it, like, 20, 25 times, run the ball a bunch with C-Mac and him, just like a double-headed snake, basically.
Do they still have Elijah Mitchell?
Yeah, I mean, dude, at this
Yeah.
afterthought, because, like, that man be getting hurt. Like,
Yeah, but I mean, when he's on the field, he's a monster too.
he's good. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
He's got.
Yeah.
I feel like don't they have other running backs that they're using instead? I feel like they've had other running backs that they've been using, but
Yeah, they have throughout the season, but that roster is completely from top to bottom. It's stacked.
yeah,
Every single position.
that's like the one team I can see matching up with the Eagles.
Yeah.
Then, obviously. Other than that, like, I don't know. I don't think the Bills could even match up with the Eagles or the Niners.
No, the Bills don't have an offensive line either.
They don't have an offensive line, and I feel like their secondary isn't as good as it used to.
I mean, Sean McDermott is a defensive coach, and he can't get the defense right. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I don't know.
Might miss the playoffs now. Aaron Rodgers in that division now.
I mean, if Tua can stay out of concussion protocol, I mean, they might make a run for it, but I don't trust that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. They got a good coach, though. I like their coach, McDaniel. or whatever.
Yeah, I like Mike McDaniel too.
Mike Daniel, he's a
Yeah.
good coach.
Are the Jets on the come up now?
Oh, the Jets could be fire
The
next year.
Jets, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, they won 9 games with Mike White and Joe Flacco
They
and Zach Wilson.
have a good team, bro.
A
Yeah,
good
They have
overall team, or just
yeah.
because Aaron Rodgers is there?
No, they have a good overall team.
Yeah.
the Aaron Rodgers makes them a pretty damn good team. Like, I wouldn't say they're up there with the Chiefs or anything, but they can make a run for it.
They could make some noise in the AFC.
They get hot at the right time, then they could do some damage for sure.
Definitely a good upgrade.
They said
Quarterback.
they're gonna put the Jets 6 times on primetime this year, so we're gonna see.
I'm drafting Garrett Wilson in fantasy. It's a done deal if I see it.
Just because I'm taking him before you.
Nah, I'll find my way into getting him somehow. You'll forget.
Yeah, facts.
All right, so we're going to move on to the final segment. We're going to be sharing our second round NBA playoff predictions. So we'll start off with the Eastern Conference first. Who do you guys think will advance to go to the Eastern Conference Finals between the Miami Heat and the New York Knicks?
So I'll just get it over with. Oh, man. I don't know. I mean, it's tough. I mean, because I think Brunson might be hurt now.
And is Bronson, Randall, and Butler all questionable for Game 2?
Yeah, I guess Game 2 isn't a huge deal, but I mean, if y'all win that game, then y'all are in control for sure because we're at home next game, right? We're at home next game, right?
Yeah.
Game 2
and 2 in Miami. Yeah.
I feel like this game's definitely. No, I changed my mind. That game's definitely important to win. I mean, if they lose, if they're down 2-0 going back to Miami, I don't like our chances. But I mean, if we split it at home, then we still can fight our way back. I feel like we played pretty well away anyway. We played pretty well in Cleveland, but I mean Miami is a little bit different than Cleveland. Energy and popularity, but win it in 7 games, but it's going to be really, really close. It could go either way, but my pick is going to be the Knicks, obviously, in 7.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the Heat in 7. I just think playoff Jimmy is a different breed out there. Obviously, if Brunson isn't gonna play, and the Heat one game run, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was messed up yesterday. I didn't really know. So yeah, I think the Heat can take it in 7. I think playoff Jimmy, like I said, different breed. I think Randall, he's got to step it up, and if he doesn't step it up in the playoffs, that just personifies the Heat to go through. I think Randall has to play better than he has been playing in all of these playoffs. So if he steps up, it'll be a close series. I think he will. Whenever he comes back, I think Jimmy Butler is going to be fine. But it really is a one-man show for the Heat right now. It's Jimmy Butler because Tyler Hero is out. And who else did you guys lose?
Victor Oladipo.
Oladipo. Yeah, he's gone too. So it really is pretty much a one-man show for the Heat. But I think Jimmy Butler can carry him past. I like the Heat in 7.
Damn, with these injuries now, it's kind of tough because I know Jimmy hurt his ankle last game. Even though he played, he's still questionable. I didn't even know Jalen and Julius Randle were injured for next game, to be honest. But I'm gonna go with the Heat in 7 because I think they have like even with like Tyler Hero out and Oladipo, I think they have like a deeper team, to be honest. But the Knicks with Julius Randle and RJ Barrett had a rocky start, but Julius Randle, he has so many bad games. Like his field goal percentage is like just
It's
it's so bad sometimes. Like Jalen Brunson, he'll go off, but he probably won't even play next game. But other than that, there's not really like a top scorer on the team other than RJ Barrett. And I think the Heat are just like a little bit better. So I'm gonna go with the Heat 7.
Yeah, I really do think it's evenly matched. The injuries are about to play a factor depending on what happens tomorrow. Whether if all three of them play, Butler's hurt and them two play, it could anything could happen with this injury report that's out there now. But I'm gonna still go with the Heat. I said 7. Thinking I said 7. I'm gonna go with 6 because I feel like Game 6 would be in Miami. I don't think that they would let that slip out of their hands with an opportunity to end it in Miami. I feel like the Heat just have too much momentum. Jimmy Butler's got the city of Miami on his shoulders right now. That man's a top 5 playoff player right now in the NBA. I stamp it. I put him in the same conversation with LeBron, Steph, KD, and Giannis for top players in the playoffs right now. But yeah, I feel like the momentum that the Heat have right now, if they got past the 1-seeded Bucks that had the best regular season record in the NBA, they only took them Game 5 to get past them. I think the momentum's going to carry over in this series. I think also outside of the players, I think coaching is going to be a main reason why the Heat win this series too. I trust Eric Spoelstra over Tom Thibodeau also. But let's call it what it is, Rob. The New York Knicks are like the Dallas Cowboys basketball, man. They're gonna get you hyped, and then they're just gonna break your heart, man.
I mean, we'll see, man. I mean, honestly, when Malik was saying y'all were a deeper team, I honestly disagree, dude.
Me too.
I think our bench is one of the best in the league for sure. Like Emmanuel quickly coming off the bench. Like, you know, when Quentin Grimes is healthy, Josh Hart coming off the bench, Obi Toppin, Isaiah Hartenstein. Like, I love that bench unit. They have saved our ass so many times this year. Like, Quickly this year has really stepped it up. And I think it's going to take him, like, you know, turning it up a notch for the Knicks to win, because I'm not sure even if Randall comes back, I'm not sure if I believe in Randall anymore, dude. Like, I mean, it's just countless times he has not performed in the playoffs already.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, oh man, like he's literally shooting probably 20% or worse. So
I think Gabe Vincent is low key a sleeper for the Heat. Like he's had some pretty good games in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly,
I like Gabe Vincent. He's been pretty good.
they also got Kyle Lowry off the bench. He's a good veteran.
You know, if Duncan live up to his contract, he'd be very useful right now. But them days are over.
What is Obi Toppin doing taking 11 threes in the playoffs?
I don't know.
What?
He took 11 threes. He is not a 3-point shooter. He went 4 for 11. I was like, what?
In game,
Why did
took 11.
Game 1. I was like, what's he doing taking 11 threes?
Okay, I don't know why he's doing that. I mean, Toppin's good for like fast breaks and being a high energy player. Like, you know, he's probably one of the fastest power forwards I've seen in the league right now. Like he flies. Like, you know, he's always at the front of the court, at front of the pack when it's a fast break. Like he is always active. That's why I like Toppin. And, you know, I feel like Josh Hart was that was a nice pickup. Like he does literally everything, and you know, it's going to take him stepping up and strapping up. I mean, he's not going to strap up Butler, let's be honest. But, I mean, if he at least gives him some headaches, like, that could give us a solid chance. But, yeah.
Why don't you guys play Evan Fournier anymore? He gets, like, 0 minutes.
Right.
He's not like awful.
Why
Malik,
Like, he
are
can
we
get
talking about
minutes.
Evan Fournier right now?
but that's it. He doesn't play an ounce of defense. He doesn't get no ball. He doesn't get no dimes. He is either making a few threes or he's not. Like, that's really all he provides. And, like, for them, when they signed him, dude, like, I was very mad. Like, I was very upset. Like, he did not deserve that bag that he got at all. I don't know, man. I don't like him at all.
The thing with the Knicks' bench, like, I really like Quickly, but like he kind of gets inefficient in the playoffs. Like he was like 3 for 9, and then like he didn't like do too much like last series. But I mean the Cavs, they kind of stunk the bed, honestly.
Yeah, I was
But
disappointed in them.
Quentin Grimes, I think, has been injured, but he's been like slowly coming back. He plays pretty good defense.
Yeah.
But I like Mitchell Robinson too in the paint. He's been doing
Oh,
really good on the boards.
he has been very good in the playoffs. I mean, he's not like shooting free throws or nothing, obviously, but he's getting hella blocks, active in the paint, getting way more offensive boards than anyone on the court. Like he is like that in the paint. I'm not gonna lie. But
Duncan Robinson got to step it up. Thomas, you got to do something, man.
I've been waiting. I mean, after the injury, game 1 against the Bucks, Eric Spoelstra inserted him in the lineup game 2 against the Bucks, and I thought it was gonna make a difference, but he ain't living up to his contract, and it's like you can't get rid of him because his contract's so big, and nobody wants to take that cap hit on their organization. So it's like we're basically stuck with him, and he can't like grow up as a player.
That's true. I kind of take back the deeper team comment. I think they're like pretty even, honestly.
Yeah.
Especially with
All right.
injuries that he has.
What your team, Malik? We got the Celtics up against the 76ers.
We going all the way, baby. We got a 76ers with an injured Joel.
yeah,
That's
Yeah, I was very disappointed to see that. I wanted to see the Celtics and the Sixers match up with Embiid on the court.
Yeah.
I don't know when he's going to come back.
It kind of sucks that like I wanted to see Joel play just because like it would be a really good series with like both teams healthy, but I don't think the Sixers have enough to beat us, to be honest with you, without Joel.
nah,
Firepower.
yeah. I think that's an easy pick, honestly. Like, I mean, without Embiid, like, I mean, who they really have. Like, I mean, I know they got Harden, they got Maxi's been playing good. I really don't know who their backup center is. I have no damn clue. You know, Tobias Harris ain't doing shit. So, you know, I think, yeah, the Celtics probably take that in like 5 or 6 games.
The Celtics are up 3 at halftime as we speak. Huh?
That's it?
Yeah, it's 66-63.
Well,
Interesting.
I mean, if the Sixers can win game 1, then that might surprise, you know.
That would low-key surprise me, I'm not going to lie.
I would too.
Celtics just can't get caught sleeping at the wheel. That's all it's going to take for them to win. If they play down to their competition, then they're going to lose.
Yeah.
But
We did that with the Hawks. We were like kind of lacking.
Yeah.
Why you
We,
on to game 6?
yeah, we didn't take them as serious as we should have.
Yeah.
And I can't talk, and Nick beat us somehow, somewhere in the freaking play-in, but it all played out for a reason.
tell me why, like, Knicks fans at Madison Square Garden after we won the series against the Cavs were saying, made a chant saying "fuck Trump."
Yeah, a villain persona, you are forever.
Yeah, that man.
Fans will always hate Trae Young, no matter what. You're not even playing. You still hate him.
I thought that was pretty funny.
But yeah,
I'll take Celtics in 6.
I think that's definitely easy now since the LCL injury for Embiid is already ruled him out tonight. Questionable already for game 2. But I was gonna pick the Celtics either way with the healthy Embiid or not. Malik, y'all had the second best defense in the league during the regular season. I feel like y'all would have a lot of great defensive game plans for Embiid and Harden. I saw when y'all played the Atlanta Hawks, Trae Young was like very successful with the pick and roll game. Even though Atlanta doesn't really have a significant big like the 76ers do with Embiid, I just don't think Harden is that explosive to make those big plays happen in a pick and roll situation the way Trae Young did. So I definitely like y'all defensively. And I think really, how did you really have a chance without Embiid? Because Harden, we saw last year when he was supposed to help him against the Heat in the second round last year, it would just completely wet the bed. I don't think PJ Tucker is going to be an X factor really. Tyreek Maxey is like really the only player I can see that can make a difference other than Heat in this series for the 76ers. I'll say 6. Yeah, I'll say Celtics at 6. So Western Conference now. Nuggets versus Suns. Who y'all got going to the Western Conference Finals?
Suns and 6. It's bold, but I think KD gonna take over. I think Booker's gonna take over. CP3 does what he does on the offensive side. I think they're too good. I like Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic, but I think the Suns have too much firepower to lose the series to the Nuggets. It did surprise me the Nuggets took game 1, but I'm gonna say Suns in 6.
I'll say Suns in 7. I think it's going to be a really close series, but like Jake said, the Suns have an insane amount of firepower, and KD is one of the very best, one of the cream crop in the playoffs. Like, he's definitely your go-to guy in that chase to get a ring, and I think to take it to the finals. I just really like their team. Booker in the playoffs has been unbelievable so far. Playoff Jamal Murray is definitely no one to scoff at, though. Going to match Booker bucket for bucket this series, I think. I think it's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be really close. It could really honestly go either way. With Jokic being the MVP, doing what he does everywhere on the court. But, I feel like Ayton will do just enough to slow him down this series. No one on that court is guarding KD, so that's fine. And like I said, Booker and Murray are just going to trade buckets. And yeah, I just think, they for the most part, the Suns have the advantage at each position besides center, I'd say. Like, besides center, what position can you really say is better than the Suns? So I think the Suns will take it in 7 games.
I think the Nuggets in 6 or 7, just because obviously Devin Booker and Kevin Durant, they're gonna eat, they're gonna get their buckets, of course. But I think Chris Paul is a liability on defense because he can't guard Jamal Murray.
No.
And I don't think he's too old to guard Caldwell Pope because he's always running around. And he can get some buckets a little bit, he can spot up. And he can do a little bit on offense, Chris Paul, but I think on defense it's they go at him every time, especially on big goals. And the Suns, their bench is the only thing that makes me a little I don't really trust their bench too much other than Torrey Craig. And I think the Nuggets, they have much more chemistry because KD obviously came in the middle of the season. So, and the Nuggets, they've had this core for a good while. This is the first time since the bubble that everyone's been healthy.
Yeah.
So I just feel more comfortable with the Nuggets. I think they have a better chemistry and overall team.
Yeah. Co-sign with Malik. I got the Nuggets in 7. I just think that Jokic is going to be the main reason why the Nuggets get past the Suns because he's going to have his fingerprints all over the series. But scoring the ball, bounding the ball, or being a good offensive playmaker, getting his teammates involved. I think that's when the Nuggets thrive the most, when he doesn't have to carry the load scoring and getting his other teammates involved. I think that's when the Nuggets shine the most. Like Malik said, depth. I'm looking. Rob is right. The starting five compared to the Nuggets, the Suns do have the better starting five, but then like they don't have a bench. They got past the Clippers with KD and Booker dropping 40 bombs, taking turns doing it, but they did this getting past the Clippers with no Kawhi after game one, no Paul George. Really only Westbrook, the only superstar the Clippers had, that they were doing this in the first round. And then I'm looking at their bench. Saturday in that game, their bench only scored 24 points unit in game. Yeah, I just think that's a bad look. You definitely need a bench, I feel like, now in today's NBA world to win a championship or to go on a deep playoff run. And the Nuggets don't have that because they traded so many assets away to get Kevin Durant. But, yeah, like Malik said, this is the first time they have their whole unit really healthy together in the playoffs with Porter, Jokic, Murray since the bubble. And the last time they were all healthy together, they went to the Western Conference Finals and came back from a 3-1 deficit against the Clippers. And they haven't had that since the bubble. So I really do like this matchup, but I'm going to go with the Nuggets in 7 over the Suns.
I like it. I just wish they could start these games at 9:30, 9 o'clock.
All right, which that leaves us with the last game, last series, Lakers and Warriors. Who y'all got winning that one? I think it's up there between them and the Nuggets of what's going to be the best second round series. But
Dubs and 6. Or 7. Dubs and 7. I think that they have that championship DNA. They're virtually, except for the one game they lost to Sacramento, they're virtually unbeatable at home this season. They're god-awful on the road, and they'll probably drop all 3 in LA. But I just think, Steph Curry dropping 50 yesterday was insane. I just think Steph Curry, Draymond, Clay, Andrew Wiggins, I just think all of them together, I think they're a better team, just starting 5-wise, than the Lakers. The Lakers, obviously, they have LeBron and AD, but can you trust AD? AD is made of glass. He's hurt every other day. It seems like he has some type of injury, so I don't know if I can trust AD. And I think the Warriors will pick up all 4 games at home. They're a different team in San Francisco than anywhere else. So I'm going to take the Warriors in 7.
who you got, Malik? I think Rob. Oh, he number Rob right there. Oh, he was.
I'm here. My fault. I'm just dealing with something.
That's tough. That's going to be a really good series. The only thing that worries me about the Lakers is like their health, because obviously AD's. I don't want to say Draymond's dirty, but he does some stuff that refs don't pick up, and I feel like something's going to happen where he's just going to get injured. And if they lose AD, then it's easily dubs, honestly. And so I got, both healthy. I'm gonna say Lakers 7.
Yeah, I can really see this series going either way too. It's just, I think the Warriors, in a Game 7 situation in San Francisco, I think they'll be able to take care of business. But you are going against LeBron and AD, and that's no easy task at all for anybody.
Yeah, this is tough. But before I say who got it, I'm going to say I think moving forward, like this series has a lot to do with legacy on the line with LeBron and Steph, because now we're at the point where we can have a real conversation of who's the greatest point guard of all time between Steph Curry and Magic Johnson. If Curry gets another ring, I think you have to put him as the best point guard of all time to me. Meanwhile, LeBron, the GOAT conversation is always going to go on, but this could be one of LeBron's last chances to win a championship. He's nearly 40. It seems like he's going to finish things out with the Lakers. I think this is one of his last chances of getting a chip, realistically. But I think legacy is definitely going to be on the line. I'm going to go with the Lakers in 7. I feel like the Grizzlies woke up something that has been kept away, LeBron, for a while, bringing that type of playoff mentality out of it. Him and the Lakers stepped up big against the Grizzlies. Really surprised that they put them away the way how they did in that series. But, yeah, I like the Lakers. They have beaten the Warriors. The series between them in the regular season was 3-1. I feel like the Lakers have more momentum beating a better team than the Grizzlies and the Sacramento Kings. But yeah, LeBron and Anthony Davis helping together. That's going to be hard to beat in a 7-game series. I know the Warriors got that championship DNA in them, but I feel like it's not the same as what it was last year when we watched them in the playoffs. I feel like there's something lacking. Not on the side or Clay's side, but I feel like Draymond's not that. He's in the zone, but he's not how it used to be. And I feel like that right now the Lakers with their depth and how they looked after the NBA trade deadline, being the hottest team heading into the playoffs, I feel like their momentum is gonna be enough to beat the Warriors in 7. Definitely a close series, though. I can see it going either way.
Yeah. Man, that's really tough. I mean, shit. I mean, seeing Steph literally carry the team in Game 7 against the Kings, like, oh my goodness, like that was crazy. But I think that, LeBron is going to solidify his status as the GOAT. I think he's going to make a run if he really can, if he really believes he can. They're going to make a run. So, I mean, they have a deeper team now with the trades they made during the regular season, getting D'Angelo Russell and all of them. That was, some really good trades. If they still had Russell Westbrook and all of them, I'd definitely say the Warriors in 5 games. But, I do think the Lakers can take this thing in Game 7 and, carry that momentum. Like you said, Tom, the Grizzlies woke them up. They have something to prove now. They're not just going to lay down. So I think that the Lakers definitely will take it in 7. If AD stays healthy.
Go ahead. What'd you say?
AD has to stop being made of glass.
That's what I said.
He must not get hurt.
He has to play every game.
Done.
Yeah.
We got this.
They are done. If he misses one game, they are done. They are not winning.
We got to ship him out some 2% milk. But yeah, something I just thought of too. I think really LeBron's gonna be looking for revenge because the last time he beat the Warriors in a 7-game series was all the way back in 2016 in the finals. And so it's been a long time that LeBron has gotten the best of the Warriors dynasty in a 7-game series. So I think that's also be a fuel to the fire for LeBron and the Lakers to get it done at least in 7.
Everybody's got this going 7, huh?
Yeah. It's going to be a really competitive series.
It is. I think it's going to be one of the best series that we see. It's got to be the greatest 6-7 matchup of all time in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's facts. 7-6 matchup.
I think the Warriors getting Wiggins back was huge.
Mm-hmm.
He's playing really good, even being off a few months. I was wow.
Yeah, because if they didn't have him for that Sacramento series, the Kings would have got past him. They definitely one of the reasons why they moved on.
Yeah. Jordan Poole is so up and down. A lot more down than up, honestly.
I don't know what he's doing.
What's going on with him?
But before we go off, if y'all could predict who's going to play in the NBA Finals right now for both sides, who y'all pick right now?
Lakers, Celtics.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Damn it, man. I don't know. If the Lakers move on, it's going to be tough for them to beat the Nuggets or the Suns. I'm not going to lie. So,
I feel like whoever wins that Warriors and Lakers series is gonna be in the finals.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be different here. I'm gonna say Celtics Suns in the final.
That would be nice to watch. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, let's say Celtics go in again, but whoever wins the Warriors and Lakers series, I feel like that they're gonna get to the finals.
Yeah.
Either Celtics Lakers or Celtics Nuggets. I wouldn't sleep on the Nuggets for real.
The Nuggets, Celtics Nuggets, that'd be a good 7-game for the chance. I like that one too.
Yeah.
Tatum has 26 in the first half. Just letting y'all know that.
Thank
I'd love to hear it.
We're about to tune into that. But yeah, that's all the time we have for you guys today. Thank you guys for joining the podcast. That was a great episode. Episode 100. Again, thank you guys for helping out with the podcast so far. This is your host, Thomas Tyree, signing off. My two co-hosts, Rob Cerasuolo, Malik Bamba, and our guest, Jake Dellanoce. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. And I'll see you guys on next week's episode. Thank you guys for tonight.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Catch you, boys.
See y'all.
See you.